subscribe our channel, stay till the end of the stories for more twist and turn. Comment us about what kind of stories you like to hear. Wasted 3 years with a narcissistic who cheated a day after Valentine's Day this year. Hey guys, I'm a long-time lurker here and I feel like finally telling my story. I just wanted to share my story because I want to tell people who have been cheated on and who want to stay that please don't. I wasted 3 years thinking this man could change and he backstabbed me at the end. They will never change because, to me, if they're a narcissist and a cheater, then they will always look out for their own interest only. Anyways, back to my story. So me and ex were together for 3 long years. The first year we were taking it casual. I was still in school during this time, so it wasn't as serious, but I thought we were at least honest and exclusive to an extent. Turns out he juggled me and 20+ girls. So I didn't talk to him for 3 months after that and, of course, naive young me gave him another change. The second year things were getting serious again, the same shit, the same tears and broken promises. Something horrible happened to his family and I was there to comfort them and I started getting close to his family. Someone dear to them passed away. I didn't have to get involved, but because of my own heart I felt I had to show my support. Then he had a major life-changing surgery and I was the only one who took care of him for months. I bathed, cleaned his throw-up that was on him and me when he was sick because of the strong medication, etc. 2019 was a shit year to say the least. Come 2020 and things at least are getting better in our relationship. January 2020, I feel like finally I can let my guard down for a little. He told me, that's it, I'm done putting you through things. Here's my phone whenever you want to see it, here my location, here this and that, to trust me, blah blah. Welcome February, Valentine's Day. I wanted to do something nice to him. He lost someone close and didn't have a picture of them, and I knew if I got him a portrait of them it would make him happy. So I went on my way and asked his mom for a picture of this person, went to a photo editing place and got a beautiful large wall picture for him. Then I went to get him his favorite liquor and I wrote him a heartfelt letter. I wasn't expecting anything from him this day and did this to not receive anything. I surprised him and he was bawling. He loved it and I was happy to see him expressing joy. He told me how special this was to him and how someone never did something like this for him. He didn't give me any gifts and, again, I wasn't expecting anything, but he did take me out to a nice dinner with his friend that I hated. After that our relationship was good. I didn't have any strong suspicions and we grew very close. Fast forward to now and I recently got a message from a girl who told me, hey, why is your boyfriend liking my pictures on Facebook? And also she sent a screenshot of a conversation. I open it confused and see that the day after Valentine's Day he messaged her, hey, how are you? My stomach dropped. She told me that it was in her message request and she thought it was strange since our picture is up of us and now it's gone. I went back on his Facebook and he put our pictures on private that only he could see them. I started bawling. I just couldn't believe how big of a fool I was. This whole year I was thinking he's not going behind my back again talking to girls on Instagram or Facebook, but turns out he was just lying, pretending to shower me with enough love to lower my suspicions. I finally broke things off and told him to never contact me again. So I want to share my story because they don't change, ladies and gentlemen, they will never change. No matter how hard you cry, how much you care, they will never change. What hurt me the most is that this happened a day after Valentine's Day, after I did something for him from my heart and love. So please don't be an idiot like me, and because you have a good heart, give someone who sucks your life out of you a chance. They'll just leave you feeling like an empty husk at the end. I, 32 male, found out my girlfriend, 31 female, was seeing other guys in the first few months we were dating. Hi. This has been eating me up all day, so just need to get feedback somewhere. My girlfriend and I started seeing each other last April. I'm English and She's American. We live in Ireland. It's maybe important to put that in, as I think both cultures have a very different attitude towards dating and relationships. It's fair to point out we were not exclusive, as it wasn't guaranteed either of us would still be here in 2020. Nevertheless, we hit it off straight away. We saw each other 3-5 times a week. She stayed at mine every weekend apart from 2 I visited home. We cooked together. Went on trips together. I went back to the US to visit her friends, family, and, eventually, we officially got together in about August. I think around June, July she had asked me once, if I was still talking to anyone or seeing anyone else. I was a wee bit confused and said no because, well, I liked her, and, even though it might be short-lived, we were basically spending all our time together. I asked if she was, and she said no. I said, I understand, if you are, but I would at least like to know because I thought we were getting pretty serious. And, also, like, Dublin is so small, I didn't want to run into her kissing some other guy. She said no, she hadn't, and, actually, she loved me. If she told me then I probably wouldn't have bothered. Maybe a wee bit hurt and would have addressed it, or perhaps even ended things. Anyway, she was chatting to her American friends this weekend about dating. We had a few people around the garden. We have lived together since January. I felt uncomfortable with the way she talked about dating, multiple people, things need to be concrete, exclusive, etc., so I asked her about it. I asked if she was still out dating or flirting with other guys a few weeks after we got together. She initially said no, but I didn't quite trust it and went quiet for the rest of the day. She came back to say we weren't exclusive then, etc. I reminded her of the conversation we had that time. She then admitted she hadn't slept with anyone during this time, but had tried to hook up with people. She went back to someone she knew on her course when I went home one weekend. The only reason they never slept together was he was too drunk. She told me very casually, and, whilst I accept she didn't do anything wrong relationship-wise, I am completely crushed. I feel mostly sad and now struggle to look or think of her in the same way now. How can I get over this? To be honest, I expect this sort of story, behavior from women pals about their boyfriends from home. I try to give the cultural difference the benefit of the doubt and know most of you will say we weren't going out, but I think on some level it's a bit wrong, as well as the fact she lied to me. TL Doctor. Girlfriend admits to hooking up with other guys, having previously said she wasn't at the time. We weren't exclusive, but I feel hurt, sad. How can I get over this? To be honest, I expect this sort of story, behavior from women pals about their boyfriends from home. I try to give the cultural difference the benefit of the doubt and know most of you will say we weren't going out, but I think on some level it's a bit wrong, as well as the fact she lied to me. She lied to you. She said no, she hadn't, and actually she loved me. It is wrong, and she did lie to you. I'm sorry this happened, but have you spoke to her about this directly? We talked a little bit about it last night, but we were both very hungover from the night before. She called me at lunch and could tell I was still off. I said I'd like to talk more about it tonight. I don't think it's a deal breaker, but I want her to explain herself really. Perhaps it was miscommunication and such. For what it's worth, I love her to bits and think she's a good person. I think that's why this hurts me quite a bit. I think she's now worried it could lead to us breaking up. Of course you're upset, she lied to you. In the great scheme of things, it's not an enormous lie, but the person you like has shown a side you probably didn't think they were capable of. It's just a question, is this a deal breaker and can you get past it? Explain how you feel and be honest. Okay, thanks. I thought I might be reacting wrongly. I think that's the issue. I just had complete trust in her, and now I see this side of her I don't like. I try to remember my own mindset from last summer, and the actual thought of her kissing or even having sex with someone at that time doesn't bother me as much. Like, it's not the same as cheating at all, but on the other hand I feel she should have been honest. It's not my thing, but I remember declining a woman at work around that time because I don't think it's the right thing to do. I'm also embarrassed that the weekend in question I was back home telling my mom how much I liked this new woman. She lied repeatedly and now it sounds like she's denying that she lied. Bad signs both. Your feelings are totally understandable. You could probably assume when you first meet you may not be the only guy interested in her. She may have still had different ideas. After all, you were only dating. And it's highly likely you weren't the only guy. But what matters the most, is that now that you are BF, she is no longer seeking out other men. And she's yours and you're hers. You weren't exclusive, so she did nothing wrong. That's how dating works. You need to find a way to get over it yourself, or end it with her if you really can't move past it, but don't blame her for how you're feeling. She's with you now anyway. So does what she did when you weren't in a relationship truly matter so much? Yes, I get that. But then she also lied to me at the time. A discussion she brought up that I would have let go if it hadn't been for that. Perhaps I would have pursued things differently. Thanks for listening so far. If story have an update, we will post here. Like, subscribe to our channel for upcoming stories.